Back in the building on the Gentleman of Crypto. So before I get started, let's cue Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested.
Hey guys, what's going on? Back in here for another show. We're doing BRICS nation related cryptos. All right. Let me share the screen and then we can start going to the various channels here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And you can catch me as always, www.darkhorsewatcher.com, where it goes straight to my YouTube, where you can like and subscribe. We had a banger of a show yesterday where we did BlackRock related cryptos. Okay. Now, it's a little different here. They don't necessarily overlap. Okay. So when we're talking BRICS nation cryptos, if you're not familiar with the term, it's an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India. When I say India, I mean like Indian people, right? Like from India, like Pakistan over there, right? China and South Africa. These are BRICS nations, soon to be also Mexico and Saudi Arabia. They're kind of almost having a quote unquote war against the American dollar. So BRICS nations are looking like they're on the come up. And we see that a lot in crypto. And we're going to go over some major BRICS nations related cryptos. But of course, the patrons, they got the full list. They have the full list of BRICS related cryptos. So if you're interested in the Patreon, less than a cup of coffee, you can have a weekly watch list. So less than a cup of coffee, best deal out there. I think we had like 3 people sign up last week. Let's go over here. Bring it up on the Gentleman of Crypto. And also, guys, if you can, check out my Conspiracy in Crypto show. It's a show where I talk about alternative content. We talk about things like, Saturn worship, things like money being a sacrifice. Okay. There is a big kind of long and drawn out thing into why that is, right? I have a link in the description where you can download my show. You can download it on Apple or Google Podcasts, but it's also on Rokfin. The Rokfin version happens to be paid, but the audio is always free on Apple and Google Podcasts. I was putting Black Rule Investing on Apple and Google Podcasts, but I wasn't getting that many downloads. So I'm not going to do that unless people request it. You can get it here on YouTube always, So let's bring this up on the Gentleman of Crypto side, and then we can get all the comments here. What's up, Kip Graybo? Peace, peace, peace. What's up, Janet Hayes? What's up, Nerd Up Inc. Marv? Couple patrons up in here. What's up, Metaverse President? What's up, Michael Gopi? What's up, people? What's up? So, not sure why this is taking so long. Let me refresh it. Oh, and there it goes. Just as I press the refresh button. Okay, so as these are popping up, I think it's already on mute, so that's good. Let's go over some BRICS nation cryptos. And where we need to start, where we got to start when we're talking about BRICS nation cryptos, is with China. Of course, China is using the digital yuan. They're using that for trading. They're using that for trading with Russia, for trading with Brazil. They no longer are going through the US dollar in order to trade with these companies. They're going through, the digital yuan. All right. So that's going to be less commerce for America because these countries are not going to have to exchange into American dollars. And, there's little fees, and there's an exchange rate difference when we're trading into American dollars. That's money that this liquidity, America is going to lose out on, right? And the majority of that liquidity is going to go to China, it seems. Okay. So if we're going to start with China and Chinese cryptos or Chinese related cryptos, we have to talk about two of the biggest like OGs in the space. We have to talk about CZ of Binance and Justin Sun of Tron. Both Chinese heritage guys. I believe Justin Sun was born in China, but I believe CZ is from actually Canada. But you can see here, number 2 and number 3 in total value locked in DeFi. And this is just DeFi. This is not counting metaverse. This is not counting any enterprise things they have going on, but even just DeFi, 5.38 billion. For Tron, 4.85 billion for Binance. And Binance just happens to run the biggest exchange like around the world, right? So a lot to like there. Now, as we go a little bit deeper, we see here, this was from 2022. Makes me pretty bullish on Tron, to be honest. Chinese yuan stablecoins on Tron. Okay. And dated December 15, 2022. So my man Justin Sun was ahead of the game, right? And why is it important? Just what we were mentioning, right? Let's just read it here. According to the official statement by TrueUSD, the stablecoin team behind the multi-blockchain over-collateralized US dollar pegged stablecoin TUSD. Its new project goes live on Tron blockchain. The TCNH stablecoin is pegged to offshore Chinese yuan. CNH, an offshore version of the Chinese yuan. Okay, a top global reserve currency. I like how they put that, right? They put it as a global reserve currency. So it's like were already aware that was going to happen with the Chinese yuan and the things that went around with Russia, right? And went along with Brazil, because apparently those things only happened this year, I think. So, anyways, if we scroll down here, we got a ballsy statement by Justin Sun on Twitter, where he has the yuan greater than the dollar. Few understand. honorable Justin Sun God mode. Okay. I mean, the proof's right there, right? So if we come over here and look at Tron and its price history, there's lots of like. Um, it really hasn't moved that much. It is a huge supply now. 90.7 billion, right? Comparison, XRP is 100 million, and all these payment cryptos are like 100 million. Cardano's 50, I'm sorry, excuse me, 100 billion. XRP is 100 billion. All these payment cryptos are 100 billion. Cardano's 100 billion. Cardano's 50 billion, excuse me. Hedera is 45 billion. I might have Cardano and Hedera confused. One of them is 50 billion, the other is 45 billion. But anyways, yeah, so Tron's supply is pretty huge. Sitting here at 6.6 cents. If we look at where it was in the last bull market, as high as 15. So really only like 2x there. But if we can think of it backing the digital yuan, then maybe it does actually eclipse this 22 it had in the tail end of the bull run before the last one. Right. And we already know Justin Sun has ties to the World Economic Forum. He used to work for Ripple. Like, my man's a made man. And he's like a permanent diplomat for Grenada. So my man has diplomatic immunity just in case, right? So shout out Justin Sun, okay? So there, we have Tron, we have links to a digital yuan that's going on their network, okay? So a digital stable coin, I should say it that way. Because China does have a digital yuan itself, but Tron has a stable coin digital yuan. Let's see who we got in the house over here. It's taking a little while to load over here. Excuse me. Okay, let's look over here. Who flipping BRICS? Okay, for whatever reason, it's taking forever to load up on my channel. Well, it's okay. We can keep going. Now, one I was really surprised about was Filecoin. I did not know Filecoin had such a heavy presence. What's up, Outcast? I did not know that Filecoin has such a heavy presence in Asia. Okay. One thing to note about Filecoin, and we've been over Filecoin a lot over on here. We were talking about them when they dipped under like $3 with the whole FTX thing. As soon as the FTX thing happened and Filecoin dipped under $3, that was one of my first purchases for real. So Filecoin prepares for smart contract development with the launch of Filecoin Virtual Machine. So not only are they just going to be decentralized storage, they're also going to be their own layer one. Okay. So they're preparing for that right now. That's huge, humongous, right? I believe this is actually here in March. They did this. Things are probably up and moving right now. So very, very cool there. Also, where is it? It's another article here. Okay, this is the one. Here, I can close these. Okay. Filecoin price is surging. Look to China. So this is an older article, but what this older article is going to show is of course they got recently listed on Coinbase recently back then, right? But Grayscale has a Filecoin investment trust. So not only are they big out here in crypto, Grayscale has an investment trust just for Filecoin, right? So I thought that was huge to point out there. And then I have one more article on these guys. Can't find it. Here it is. There we go. So Clayton and Filecoin defy Fed's crackdown with big gains. China narrative may be boosting certain tokens. Now they mention Clayton. Clayton's actually not in China. Clayton's in South Korea. They're huge in South Korea. So I'm not sure, and they don't even reference China here with Clayton. For some reason, they just decided to throw them in here and not say anything about the fact of where they're from because they're not from China. They're from South Korea. Clayton's a good investment too, but they're outside of the scope of what we're talking about right now. Okay, so China narrative. Filecoin is the token used, or file is the token used in Filecoin. A decentralized storage network is the second largest gainer, having jumped up over 14%. And when is this here from? February 18th. It has since moved on to be at like over $6. It's chilling at like 550 or 560 right now. Another big win for us and the patrons, by the way. But let's move on. Filecoin is massive in China. He said adding the chart for the token was very attractive for traders. So basically, he's just saying that they're just massive in China, that they're huge in China. Okay, yeah, Filecoin is massive in China. And that's really kind of all he mentions here. Okay, yeah, cloud storage. We already know that, right? Okay, so he mentions a file raise here, and he also mentioned, just like we said, the imminent launch of Filecoin Virtual Machine, which will make them into their own layer one, right? So didn't know Filecoin was huge out there like that in China. Okay. And then last but not least, and if you guys have any questions, be sure to throw them in the chat here. We'll answer them after we're done here. But last but not least, we got Conflux. Okay. Conflux network to build blockchain-based SIM cards in partnership with China Telecom. And this was just when they just decided to blow their top. So it seems like a lot of articles in the February 2023 area, in the February area about Chinese cryptos, which kind of makes sense because, you know, all of that stuff was happening with the BRICS nations, and it continues to happen with the BRICS nations right now, right? So China Telecom, second largest wireless carrier in China, with over 390 plus million mobile subscribers, have partnered with Conflux to develop blockchain-enabled SIM cards. So they're doing like almost like, okay, so I was gonna say helium, but not really. They're doing the SIM cards for the phones. So really cool. We definitely saw their price really kick into gear after this announcement here. We can go over here and check out the chart. Another thing about the chart to note, I know a lot of people call this like the Chinese polygon. They actually have half, like 50% less supply than Polygon. They're sitting here at 5.2 billion. So that's something to note. Might be able to get like, it's definitely in kind of like price discovery right now. Oh, okay. So they had hit 140 at one time. So if they hit 140 again, from here we got 4x, 4x here, almost 5x here. But again, if you're thinking like BRICS nations are going to do something big, if you're thinking China's going to do something big, perhaps 140 is even a low estimate for this coin, right? Maybe it goes beyond low 140, but if we're just being conservative, right? We could say, okay, it gets back to 140, it gets back to 145, a potential 5x, right? But there's a lot of reason to believe that it can do more than that. And we've already shown again how its DeFi is doing well. I could have sworn I just clicked on it, right? So over 27 million in there right now, and it's gaining. They haven't had this much in there since April or May of 2022. So we shall see. Maybe it'll grow beyond what it's doing right now. Good amount of platforms here, but most of the money is in ABC pool and Swappy. I got myself some Swappy. Hopefully that money in Swappy grows because I'm sitting on a little bag of Swappy. Yeah, so I think we can throw one more in there if there's no questions yet. Okay, or at least I can't see any questions. Let me go over here. Okay, perfect. Okay, last one here would be Huobi. Okay, it's one of the biggest exchanges in China. Okay, HT is its token. HT has actually been very, very like higher than it is right now. It has a max supply of 500 million. So it's a very like pretty low supply there. Not like quant or Bitcoin low, but low-ish compared to most, right? So it was as high as $33, which means it's Illuminati confirmed, but you know, shout out to the One-on-One podcast. So yeah, you know, it was as high as $33. So we can almost say at least a 10x here, right? A little less than a 10x. But again, if China kind of wins this race, right? This whole like BRICS nation and reserve currency race, then maybe Huobi will be more than that. You can already see here they're in some VC portfolios. Almeida, which we know about Almeida, right? Kinetic Capital portfolio, multi-coin capital portfolio. And I did not know this, but it's on the Algorand ecosystem. Oh, that's awesome there. That's fast. So pretty cool. You can buy this on KuCoin, I believe. So yeah, gotta love that supply. Gotta love the people that these guys are connected to and stuff like that. Huobi Token has been doing some good things for a while. Have some nice partnerships out there, and I guess those will be our main five. So we got Huobi, Conflux, Filecoin, Tron, and Binance. Okay, so let's go out here and see if we have any questions. And then maybe on Saturday, I can see if I can find some outside of China. But these are the biggest ones in China. Like maybe we can find some in Brazil, Russia, India, or South Africa. I know one in India that we talk about a lot is, or at least that they have Indian leadership, right? Is Casper. They're kind of big out here, right? They've been to the World Economic Forum, heavily featured there, multi-day feature there. Casper's heavy with IBM. They're in with IPWE, right? And they're trying to revolutionize enterprise in crypto. What's up, Virgo Alunico? Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Yo, what's up with Cyperium radio silence on the FedNow site? Yeah, man, that was tough. I'll address that. Trying to put the little one down for a nap, so pardon any typos and long silences. No problem, bro. That's so cool. Cool. Love kids, man. That's cool. That's real cool. So Cyperium, yes, they've been kind of silent on that. It was interesting because shout out to Maximus of Crypto Talk Now. Definitely check those guys out. They do some good work over there. The Crypto Smith, who also has a good channel, check him out as well. He kind of broke some news about them being taken down from the FedNow site. I know one creator, I forget his name. One creator was trying to do some information on them, right? He was trying to figure out if he could contact Cyperium. And he figured out that he basically couldn't contact them. Like he was calling them and they had a WeWork office and the WeWork office wouldn't give any information. And like he called a couple numbers that were like, it seemed like they were out of service or whatever. I might be wrong on this, just allegedly on all of this. But I did watch the video where he called WeWork and they really didn't give him any information. So it came off like Cyperium was scammy. So I don't know if that had any bearing on it. But a couple days after that guy did that, like literally not too long after he did that video, all of a sudden they're not on the FedNow site anymore. That was very, very interesting. So, man, I don't know what to say about that because a lot of people do have like WeWork offices. A lot of people will do like different like PO boxes or rework type style offices in places that have like lower taxes, right? And that's how they do, like they get off on their taxes and then maybe their real office is actually somewhere else. So I didn't really find that too bad because WeWork shouldn't give up information about their clients. And if you can find them there or, if they really have a desk there or not, like really they shouldn't give that information out. Like, but the way it came off because he called a couple numbers on there, it didn't seem like they were professional, right? I'm trying to be careful with my words. Don't sue me, Cyperium. But it's just an opinion. It didn't seem very professional when like he tried to call a couple numbers and like he couldn't get people or he just got an answering machine. It wasn't like, welcome to Cyperium, how can I help you, or something like that. You know what I mean? It was just like he called a couple numbers, got somebody to just say hello, or didn't get a pickup at all. It seemed like they were very scammy. It seemed that way. But my thing is, Fed now, if you're doing papers with these guys, you're putting them on your website. Did you not do due diligence on these people? Like, that video should not have taken them by surprise, because again, a couple different like right after that video happened, not too long after it, I swear it wasn't more than a week, that creator put it out. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And then a week later, like, they're removed from the site. Got my guy Crypto Smith, check him out. He announced it on Max Crypto Talk Now's channel, and it's like, wow, man, wow, because that was the whole reason I wanted to invest in them. You come in here and you look on their site, and they say they're ISO compliant. They're meeting here with all these digital, like these central bank people. That's the CEO there. They done like papers with the Swiss central bank. So it's like they didn't seem all that scammy, but I don't know, man. Maybe people were looking at that phone call and just the phone calls he made and just said, okay, we can't have somebody like this representing us, so we have to take them down. So I get that. Yeah, man. I don't know. I definitely de-risked when I saw all of that stuff. And of course, I let the patrons know right away. As soon as I heard, I let them know, hey, look, they've been taken off the site. You know that, Jenna, because you are a patron. I'll let you know right away. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, it was Cyprex Superior Trading. That was who did it. That was the guy who called those guys. Thank you for that. Elia Yusrael, I think. Forgive me if I butchered your name. What do you think America's game plan for crypto is? America's game plan is excuse me. Can't talk straight today. America's game plan is Ethereum. That is their game plan. JP Morgan funds Consensus. They fund Consensus, right? Consensus does most of the coding for Ethereum. We've been over it before, where JP Morgan, we've shown where JP Morgan left the R3 Cordia. They were a part of R3 Cordia. Remember that private organization I tell you guys about all the time that does the clearinghouse for all multiple banks. They were a part of that situation, and they left it because they knew they could get in with Ethereum. And I've shown you guys how they've given money to Ethereum. They own, like, where there's articles where it says they own a big piece of Ethereum's technology. They basically bankroll Consensus, who does the coding for them. So Jamie Dimon's out here saying crypto's a pet rock on one hand, and JP Morgan is funding the coders who build Ethereum. So that's where America's going, and that's why you have so many like big people out here like Bankless all over Ethereum. You have like people like Solana trying to connect to Ethereum. Like, Ethereum is there's a big American push for Ethereum. So that's where I think they're going to go, besides Bitcoin, right? Because companies out here like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy own a lot of Bitcoin. Of course, the U.S. made this big show of selling some Bitcoin, but I showed you guys on BitTreasuries.net why they still own a lot of Bitcoin, and who knows, because Silk Road was up a couple. It was up. It was up way after they caught him. The guy who runs Silk Road, it was up way after they caught him. So you can see here, they now have less Bitcoin in the Ukraine. And you could say that some of the Ukrainian Bitcoin is theirs because they're bankrolling the Ukraine right now. So everybody loves to point out El Salvador, but you can see here, right, right. The proof is in the pudding here. They have way more Bitcoin than El Salvador, right? They always want to like misdirect people, right? Look here, look at El Salvador. Meanwhile, the US and the Ukraine are sitting up here sitting pretty, right? Of course, MicroStrategy has a ton. Mara up here has some. Looks like somebody like these companies recently might have sold some. Let's go down here. Coinbase has a lot. So a lot of American companies are on here with a good amount of Bitcoin. So I don't think they're gonna try to like ban Bitcoin. I think they've already admitted and said that it's a commodity. So America, I'm thinking Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can see Grayscale. That's a lot of Bitcoin. That's way more than MicroStrategy over here. Wow. Isn't Grayscale? I think Grayscale might be in some way owned by BlackRock, or part of it owned by BlackRock. But anyway. See if we got any questions on this side. Superium got fired for stealing stealing boxing on their day off. Yeah, they got fired on their day off, man. That is so true. Yep, just like Craig and Friday. Boy, that's terrible. It's true, bro. It's true. Tinfoil this. They throw out Gensler, settle the XRP case. 6 hours later, and announce XRP for Fed now. Ooh, wow. Well, that would be very nice. I got some XRP. I would love that. I would really, really love that. They did make a showing, and shout out to the Gentlemen of Crypto. We are on their network right now. Definitely check out the episode they did. I think it was today, where they went over how Senator Tom Emmer and Senator McHenry Chairman McHenry were just getting in Gensler's grill. But of course, y'all know how I kind of feel about it, right? I kind of feel like it's all show, right? Like all of it. The World Economic Forum is the people that are running everything, right? So they'll make it look good, right? But let's just say, for instance, right, that it's all kind of real, right? Maybe then Gensler gets fired. We get crypto clarity here in the U.S. And yeah, I could see that. I could see that, Janet Hayes. I can very, very, very much see that. So you can see Ripple just signed a deal with Montenegro. They signed a deal with the Montenegro Central Bank. Remember, when we're talking about central banks, we're talking about one family, right? Basically. But there's people behind that family, and it's probably the World Economic Forum. And do we even need more proof of that than to say the fact that Ripple is a member of the World Economic Forum, right? So that's why I always come back to, like, it's all theater, bro. It's all theater. What's up, electrician 718? They better fix those fees or it's not happening. Yeah, you know what though, electrician, you know what? Let's look at this though. I don't think they really need to fix the fees at this point. We got all of these different layer twos, bro. And all these guys that extend it. So we got Optimism, Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Starknet, like all these different Polygon. We got all these different ETH extensions. I don't think they what's the point now even? Like, work on something else for Ethereum. Work on enterprise, right? But of course, when you say work on enterprise, doesn't it need to be faster and more scalable to work on enterprise? So you still got the same problem. I don't know, but you can see here, like, four of the top 10 in DeFi. And remember, Monty Metzger and like his people are all about tokenization, right? 4 out of the top 10 cryptos in DeFi, at least, and they said that was going to be a focus. 4 out of the top 5 are Ethereum related cryptos, accounting for what, like $35 billion in funds? That's crazy, man. It's crazy. And that's not even talking when they get enterprise working, and they're getting there, right? Like, they could just use a company like Casper and use an Ethereum bridge, and now they use Casper for the faster, scalability, right? Yeah, I don't think they have to worry about the scalability so much because they got all of these different add-ons. They can kick that can down the road as much as they want with all these different add-ons. Like, and then how many different Ethereum virtual machine companies we got? Like, so many. So yeah, I don't think they have to worry about that much. And just the fact that JP Morgan, frequent contributor, partner of BlackRock, is on it, and BlackRock kind of runs the US, right? They have their finger strings on the US Treasury. Like, they have so much money behind them, they're not going to fail. I hate to put it that way, but they just have so much money behind them, they're not going to fail. Kind of like we're now hearing about the Solana phone thing happening now. Finally, they let enough time pass for that whole FTX thing to distance themselves, and Solana phones are happening. So it's proved that Solana, who we know was tied in with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, Solana's still around. And guess what? They're still around because all the big billionaire VCs, all the people like Chamath Palihapitiya and all of those people have their money in it. The Raoul Pals of the world, right? They have their money in it, and they're not going to let it sink. So regardless of the fact that they've done shady stuff, was involved with Sam Bankman-Fried and shady stuff, they're still going to be around. because the rich and the powerful people still have investments in them. Like, I mean, I don't feel like we missed out on too much here. It was at $8. That's like almost a 2x, I guess. Yeah, almost 2x. But I don't know how you can just, they're too big to fail, but I don't know if I could ever put my money in this anymore. I don't know. We'll see. They do have some exciting type of like metaverse things on there. Like I always wanted to try the Ori game, but we'll see. FTX, the juicy Smollett of crypto. I love it. And I'm saying the juicy Smollett just like Dave Chappelle. 100% love that. Oh, can I love comments? Oh, okay. Definitely slam the like, guys. Slam the like. What's up, Mashup? Yeah, the whole thing is owned by BlackRock Super Mario 11. BlackRock is out here just running it. And we already showed y'all last show with BlackRock related cryptos how Larry Fink, or Lawrence Fink, as he's listed on the World Economic Forum site, is a board of trustee member of the World Economic Forum. So if BlackRock's running things and they're tied into the World Economic Forum, the World Economic Forum is running stuff, right? Wow, that's a good one, mashup. BlackRock controls the copyrights of Warner Brothers Music Group, which I think they're Drake, Lil Wayne, all of them, right? And BlackRock frequently collaborates with JP Morgan, right? So there's probably a little bit of the mind control in the music there. Ooh, I should be careful. I should be careful. We're gonna have to have some chats about this on Rokfin, y'all. For real, for real. There's a sucker born every minute. A fool and their money are soon parted for sure. Our couple phrases crypto VCs live by. And apparently they were just making jokes like Chamath and his guys on their podcast. They were just making jokes that they just like conned all of us with Solana, how they pushed it up to like $200 and just drained that boy. So that's what they think about retail, right? And Chamath was like, man, it's just sad that they were just cracking jokes like that when a lot of people lost money, like, and apparently some people like committed the thing, like self whacking, well, that could be something else, but self self deletion, if you will, over Solana, and how it went all the way up to $250. People were like gung ho, really thinking, wow, it's gonna, and it just turned it on them. So I know one person put up something like, okay, my brother-in-law was investing in Solana and now he's divorced and like jobless or something like that. It's like, wow. Might have put his whole life savings in it, thinking, and all of them were out here just pumping it up. Now, one thing I will say, I don't think BitBoy was out here pumping up Solana, but a lot of people were, and so crazy. Eli from What Happened to Common Sense channel said that Solana is essentially a Web 2 posing as a Web 3. And that's exactly what, and I showed you guys this on BitBoy was interviewing Dominic, the founder of ICP, Internet Computer. And Internet Computer guy said the exact same thing, that they don't have actual smart contracts, that they're just like on Amazon Web Services or something like that. So it's like, come on, like they're not, like once he said that, and so this is like the second person to kind of confirm that. Ty Malik, what's up, by the way? Thanks for coming through, bro. It's like, how can you even believe in it? But of course, we know who's investing in it. It's probably going to pump up again when the next bull run comes, and then they're going to have their people, the Raul Pauls, the Chamath Palihapitias. They're going to have their people out there promoting it, saying how good it is. And that's just that's gonna be it, right? But good for helium that it's still gonna happen, because it's crazy. They move their stuff over to Solana, and then all of that stuff just happened. Glad to see that they survived that, but man, could have been really, really bad for these guys. Could have been really bad. All right, Todd Malik, peace, brother. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Yeah, we are getting deep. We're getting deep. We're getting real deep. I'm trying to be careful about what I say, though, for real. I'm not trying to get sued by anybody. Michael Tucker, I sold my Solana before the FTX collapse. Maybe I should buy back in. Man, yeah, that's up to you, bro. I will say this about it. You know that those people are behind it. So it's probably going to pump. It probably is going to pump. But personally, I think I could do something better with the $23, right? But not financial advice or anything. But hey, we know who's behind it. They're probably going to pump it again. You can see here, there's still like more than like 20% of its supply that's not circulating, that they're going to want to make money from. They're definitely going to pump it again. So how long will you have to wait for that? When the Solana phone comes out, people are going to be like, that's going to shoot it right to like whatever. So they're already getting out that Solana phone information with the helium, right? So whenever that comes out, where can we see it go? To 100, maybe? Past 100? It's a good 4x, right? You have to decide for yourself if you're going to put the money in Solana and have your eggs in that basket, or if you want to take that $23 and spread it out over a lot of cryptos. That's the choice you have to make for yourself. But one thing that seems like a good sure thought, an educated thought, in my mind, is that with the circulating supply they have, they're probably going to pump it again. And we have known future catalysts like the Solana phone coming out as a possible thing to say, hey, that'll pump it, right? So yeah, BlackRock, that is definitely a wait, whoa. Wait, BlackRock is the wow, the hentai testicle monster, and we're all wearing very short. Yes, as far as they can tell, I I understand. I understand where you're going with that. For sure. For sure. Larry Fink is definitely running around here Big Willie style. Um, and Black Rock, of course, is a reference to the holy Black Rock, the Black Rock that fell from the sky, Saturn worship, Black Rock, right? Whole lot of esoteric meanings to Black Rock, all having to do with Saturn worship. And of course, their colors are black and white, just like those other people, right? It's not a coincidence there, I don't think, right? And if you know what I'm talking about there, checkerboard, if you will. Got Super Mario 11 has some Solana staked. The real investors in the markets are irrational, to say it nicely. That's true. That's true. That's true. Speaking of, like, I'm really thinking this eclipse might do something, but remember I told you guys, right? And shout out to Waters Above Crypto. Definitely check out his channel as well. That the new moons, sometimes on the new moons, we get bearish. And there was a new moon that happened. And boy, I wish I had my moon indicator on, because I would have remembered that. Let me take this off. Let's bring up the moon indicator right quick. I was so mad when I saw that, because I probably would have tried to de-risk some things and buy back in. But that's going to be another episode that I have for you guys. But let me just show you here what I'm talking about. We'll go more and more depth on the episode, but so moon cycles in silico. See that new moon right there, boy. It corresponded perfectly with that drop. New moon, just right there with the drop, boy. Oh, I wish I had my indicator on, man. But anyway, you live and you learn there. So now we're at an oversold point. We'll probably have just as violent of a pushback up. And that eclipse was supposed to happen either today or tomorrow. So we'll see. I'll give it till the 22nd to just see if that eclipse energy is going to pull us back up. I really do think that it will. And then, 420, everyone's pushing that day, 420. Maybe something happens on 420. And that just happens to be the date that the eclipse was supposed to happen. I know a lot of people were putting out there the 19th, but I saw on my site it said the 20th. So esoteric crypto flows. Snoop is heavy into Solana. Snoop is out there into a lot of stuff, bro. Let's see here. Let me view it on here. It's better. two levels. Let me see here. I bought in after the FTX thing when it was at 12, but he's right. Next bull run, it'll jump back up. Yep. To levels above. Last bull run, just yep. They have a marketed team for it for sure, bro. That's not my main bag. I'll just put a few bucks in. Snoop is heavy into Solana. Yeah, they have some. They have some people out there talking Solana, like what's his name? Rao Powell. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's out there. He always talks like Bitcoin and all of this different stuff. Um, he was one of the main people talking about like Solana's gonna be fine when the whole FTX thing happened. And man, I was just off it, right? Snoop also has Snoop money, right? Right. Snoop does have that Snoop money. Snoop is also into Gala, right? Remember Snoop and Ice Cube had that whole Gala Games thing going on. Let's see, Gala Music. So Snoop's into a lot of stuff. He's also in Cardano, the Clay Nation stuff in Cardano. He's into that. And then him, like it's just like the best West Coast rappers of all time. It's Snoop, Ice Cube, Too Short, and E40 in a group that they call Mount Westmore. Pretty like creative name right there. Let's see if they show. Okay, there it is. Mount Westmore. I thought this was a dope poster or whatever. Where's the poster? Okay, the poster's gone. It had a little anime feel to it. Okay, there it is. Pretty dope. A lot of rap talent right there. A lot of rap talent. Between the four of them, probably a lot of music. Ain't no problem about it. They sold a lot of music. Solana's been hacked so many times, I can't. What's up, Mr. Too Real? It's been hacked so many times. It's been down so many times. And then the fact that they were involved with Sam Bankman-Fried and that shady stuff, where Serum was just done after that. Man, I don't know. I don't know. But if we separate ourselves from the emotions and the corruption and all of that, will it probably go back up? Yes. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like, if we're taking the emotion out of it, it'll probably go back up. But I think I could still make better use of $23 somewhere else. Solana's using Windows 95 layer. 100%. 100%. Oh, I need some sound effects, y'all. That deserves a couple shots, bro. Is Snoop's son pushing all the Web3 buttons? Yeah, his son. I don't know. Yep. Super Mario 11. Yeah. Snoop's son is on. Apparently, with the Clay Nation stuff, his son and him are going to do an album, and you get like exclusive rights to the album or something like that. Let me see. JPEG store. So it's pretty interesting. But of course, you have to say, like, okay, how much of it is, they're just using his name, right? Um, right. But still pretty interesting, right? Still pretty interesting that he's getting himself out there and these type of things. Um, and it's really great for Gala music because that's what you know him for, right? You know him for music. So it's like that's not too much of a stretch. Okay. Imagine them in a super group, like just like the Raps West Coast Super Friends. That's amazing. Okay, great. But then, claymation and all of that, imagine them doing that. But he still kind of musically connected it, so that's cool. So it's not too much of a stretch. He still musically connected it in that, okay, y'all can now get like some music from me and my son, right? So that's cool. Pretty cool. They made a killing on these too, bro. Like it's currently at $45. Like it was going for like 200, 300. I had one and I sold it and I made a profit. Let me see what I sold mine for. And I didn't even get a particularly good one. Um, just curious. Okay, so I sold mine for 405 ADA a year ago, probably back when ADA was $1. So I sold mine for $400. So those boys 45 now, boy. That's whew. And believe me, some were going for 850. So I settled for 400. I was very happy with that. But yeah, haven't heard anything about Gala recently. Um, well, interesting you say that. Gala bought these guys. They just recently bought a mobile gaming company. And they also just recently, shout out to the gentleman of crypto for this. They recently teamed up with Huobi, I believe. So Gala Games and Huobi. So I'm not trying to do the vow of silence, y'all. I'm messing up over here. Illuminati confirmed over here. Um, here we go. Wobi and Gala Games. Okay, no. Here we go. No, it's this one. Huobi partners with Gala Games to support users impacted by. Okay, this is. I just want another partnership. Okay, there we go. March 31st. Gala Games enters into strategic partnership with Huobi. So they're even positioning themselves with BRICS nations people, right? Because Huobi's big in China. So this is getting their games over in China, which is a huge gaming spot, right? Partnership will focus on ecosystem construction and investment in high quality partner projects. As a part of this collaboration, Huobi Global will endorse and integrate Gala Games Layer 1 blockchain, a scalable and cost effective. So now Huobi is like essentially on their Layer 1 now. It's interesting. Cost effective, environmentally responsible Web3 solution built for gamers. Huobi will also list tokens from the Gala Games ecosystem. So very interesting. But let's see what they're talking about, helping users impacted by something. What the heck happened there? Huobi partners with Gala Games to support users impacted by P Gala on Huobi with a $50 million compensation. Oh, wow. This P Gala incident reportedly originated from P Network's collaboration with hackers and minting US $1 billion worth of P Gala tokens on the BNB chain before withdrawing properly gained over US. Wow. However, the plummeting price of Gala on the BNB chain coupled with P Networks until it cost hugely many third parties, including Gala Games and Huobi. P Network, the party responsible for the incident, claimed that it would airdrop to affected users. That's kind of scammy. Doesn't doesn't look good on these two networks. Their future is still bright. What's up, Reno Gamble? Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. I got 5 sets on some NFT tarot cards. Let's do it. Let's do it, bro. I guess y'all don't mess with Onyx. Onyx. I know Onyx from back in the day. Isn't that like Federico Starr in Onyx? JP Morgan Onyx. Yeah, I haven't heard any Onyx in a while, bro. It's been a long time. Been a long time. Of course, I only really listen to podcasts now and crypto stuff. Only music I've listened to lately is the latest Black Star album, No Fear of Time. That was really good. And Quality's Liberation 2 wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as No Fear of Time, though. It was pretty. It was decent, but No Fear of Time was way better for me. Most Def and Quality, they got that magic, bro. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. That's nice, bro. That's really nice. Have a good one, Virgo. Thanks for coming through, brother. Cool, guys. Thank you guys for having such a live chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Definitely check me out on what's the next show on Saturday morning. Quali is a weirdo. He is a weirdo, Tab Malik. He be abrasive sometimes to the fans. For sure he is. I'm not even gonna hold you up on that. Quali is kind of abrasive sometimes to the fans. He kind of is a weirdo, but him and Most Def, they make some wonderful music together. Um, I loved his stuff, quality stuff with Reflection Eternal with High Tech too. That stuff was real good. But him and Most together, man, they're just like real, like their music is just amazing. Yeah, that first album is a classic, and the second one's a classic too. It really is. You can tell that they're just like growth as two black men, bro. You can tell it. You can tell it in the second album. Like the first, they was just a little angry, and the angry makes it good. But they're talking real stuff. But yeah, we were getting a little bit of Black Star commentary, y'all, along with the crypto. I hope y'all don't mind. But yeah, bro. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. If you haven't joined the Telegram yet, please join the Telegram. The link should be in the description. I believe I put it in the description. So yeah, definitely join the Telegram if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for the lively chat. Peace, guys. Have a good one.